Happy Saturday, Texas. We are back on the CW, bringing you so much heat with today's hottest women in business, female entrepreneurs. We talk about all of the things, but we're going to have some fun today. We're going to sprinkle in a few men, too.
Yeah, that's right. You're watching the Connect Network TV. Today's show is all about fashion and top tips on how you can give yourself a makeover from within.
That's right, ladies. And we are in for such a treat because our lineup is stellar today.
It really is. You guys, you already know I'm like fanning out because today's guest so good. Later, we are actually going to be sitting down with celebrity stylist to the stars. Okay, we all know him. He goes by Ty Hunter Austin. Get excited. He is back in his hometown right here on your screen. But first, we are kicking things off today with NECA Alexander. She is also taking the fashion world by storm. She designed the looks. So much for the ladies. The show, we're getting into it on your Saturday. NECA, hey girl, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome, NECA. What an honor to have you with us today. We're very excited. And for the Real Housewives season 14 reunion looks, what was the inspiration behind all of that?
Oof, wow. So usually, because last year we did the reunion as well, but we dressed just two of them, Cynthia Bailey and Drew Sidora. So this year, they just gave us a color and they said the color was coral. And coral is not a very popular color. So we just had to go bold with the designs because the color is very challenging. So I needed to go bold so that I can really bring out the designs on the screen.
Yes, no, obviously you nailed it because they asked you to come back and do the entire cast. How did you get into that? And what is it like working with the celebs behind the scene?
Yes, I love working with them because you kind of you kind of know them basically from a screen. So to meet them in person and to get to know them in person is actually really amazing. It was not very easy, I would say, trying to get into that circle to start designing for celebrities because of course they have an eye for fashion because they're around fashion 24/7. So you have to actually have what they want, what they like, which is luxury, detailing, and just the overall experience that, welcomes them and draws them in. So that was what I had to focus on, in order to start attracting them and their stylists as well.
That's wonderful, NECA. And I would love to learn more about your design. Can you tell us about it, a little bit more about it?
Absolutely. So something that, and it's funny how you learn about yourself through the eyes of others. So I love to listen to my brides. How did you find out about me? What drew you in to pick up the phone or to type up that email? And one thing they always said is the detail behind your work is just impeccable. So my signatures are the beadwork. The beadwork is very exquisite. We have an exclusive partnership with Swarovski, where we get a lot of beading from Swarovski. Exactly. So we use Swarovski crystals on our dresses, which takes that and which takes the detailing to another dimension completely. And then the second part is my corsetry detailing inside of the dresses is probably next to none, and we have literally traveled to fashion houses internationally, and that's how I've mastered the art of a perfect corset that does not feel like a contraption or restrict the air in your lungs. It's comfortable, it moves with your body, but it also really cinches in the waistline so that when you wear my dress, even if you don't have a waist, you will see a waist when you wear my dress.
Girl, how do people, because you do custom work too, so how can people get in touch with you? Yes, fabulous housewife, executive at home. You're like, I need a dress.
Yes.
NECA's got you. So how do they get you?
Absolutely. So we don't just do wedding gowns. We don't just do wedding gowns. We also do, evening gowns as well. And, birthday parties, galas, red carpet events, whatnot. You can contact us via social media. All of our social media platforms, our handle is Brides by Nona. And also via email, of course, couture@bridesbynona.com. But you can also see our email on our website, bridesbynona.com. You can fill out a short form. Our contact form is on there. You can just fill that out, and somebody on the team will always respond within 24 hours.
Systems too. Y'all hear that? Systems. Okay, 24 hours. I love it. And in fact, NECA, I have a friend for you. He's actually coming up next. I love being the connect, because this is what we do, ladies. Is it right? Is it not? Connecting the greats. And I'm so excited, because coming up next, from fashion to the level up, okay? Celebrity stylist Ty Hunter is here after the break, and he's talking about his new book, Makeover from Within. You won't want to miss it. NECA, you stay tuned.
Thank you.
Everybody stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Hi there, I'm Kayla Craft. I help women make money and increase their net worth. You can find me at mommymillionaire.co, and you can watch me on the Connect Network TV. Make sure to tune in.
I'm TK Kwan. And I'm Sabrina Kwan. And we're the founders of Chew on Something. Hey. And we are the founders, as Sabrina said, of Chew on Something. We're also writers and creators, and we work in fashion.
And you can keep up with us at Chew on Something Official. And we're on all the major platforms.
Yeah. And you're watching the Connect Network TV.
So welcome back, Texas. So, okay, get excited. I am so thrilled about our next guest. Most of you know him as Beyonce's longtime stylist since way back when with Destiny's Child. Celebrity stylist Ty Hunter is in the building, bringing the heat with his new memoir. It's called Makeover from Within: Lessons in Hardship, Acceptance, and Self-Discovery. And also, you guys, Beyonce, okay, she wrote the foreword. Yes, get the book. We can't wait to all get the book. I actually have a copy here that Ty sent. Ty, welcome to the Connect Network TV.
Oh, thank you for having me, ladies. You all look so beautiful. Texas got the beautiful women, of course.
Oh my goodness, Ty, we are so excited you're here. You look amazing too. We said this earlier, but man, you really live up to your reputation just from this book and from the way you look and carry yourself. It truly is just such an inspiration. I know that this book is a tell-all. I can't wait to read it. I want to get on the internet, get on my phone right now and order it while we're on the show.
Too. We want bestsellers.
Of course, but we really want to jump into this. It's so powerful and inspiring. But before we kind of touch on those 18 years as Beyonce stylist, take us back to the beginning before you were discovered by Mama Tina. Can you please tell us how it was growing up here in Austin? Could you have ever imagined this type of life? And was styling always in your blood?
I was born always into fashion. I never thought it would be my passion where I would get paid for it. But, growing up, I was best dressed in school. People would always get me to help them to go shopping. My family, the ladies and the guys, would be like, does shoe go with this? Everybody always wanted my opinion. So for it to become something, I was getting prepped for this and didn't know it because I ended up in the medical school. I used to work at a place called Carbometric Implants in Austin, and I used to sit under a microscope and work on artificial heart valves, believe it or not. And so to go from that to where I am today, I never could imagine.
You are living your life, your very best life, okay, might I add, as a gay man, and you're a father. You have a beautiful daughter, grown up, gorgeous,
Yeah.
okay? Hey, treasure girl, hey, girl, so cute. And, you know, she came about with your longtime girlfriend, Drea. I learned all of these stories in the book. That's why you've got to get the book, and we're not going to get into all of the things. There's so much good stuff you shared, but I'm curious, the pregnancy was planned. So at that time in your life, did you think deep down you had different thoughts?
You know,
about
I can be very transparent and honest. I was late to the party. I lost my virginity at 21, had my daughter at 22. My first gay experience was at 22. We were ready to have a child because I was making good money, and my mom had me at 19, and I loved our relationship, and I wanted to grow and not be, you know, too old with my child, and just to have the same bond that me and my mom have. And so in the process of planning to have a child, and then the little breakup, then my experiments with the gay life, and then a couple of months into that world, my baby's mom called and said, "We did it, I'm pregnant." And that's where the roller coaster takes place in my book.
And it is good. So you know, another interesting piece in the book was the sexual assault. I was surprised to learn that too, because you actually lost your virginity in, you know, not the way you would have hoped to. And when we think of sexual assault, a lot of times we hear women and their perspective, and they're talking about what a man did to them. But you had an experience of your own that you share in the book that was actually committed by a woman. So if you don't mind touching on that, we can't give it all away. There's so much more, I promise. But that was interesting, Ty, because I don't think a lot of people consider or acknowledge that that happens to men.
Yeah, it was awful, actually. As I got older, and you know, I was such a nerd growing up, and then
a handsome nerd, though. Handsome.
Thank you.
So
cute. You know, once I got to like high school and started, you know, playing with fashion more, and you know, I had a lot of girls that were considered sisters. You know, we call each other sister and brother. Then they started liking me. Even when I started working at my company, the Harvard company, you know, certain women who looked at me as a younger brother started flirting and stuff like that. So things started turning to weird things. And my one good friend, she asked me to pick her up from the laundromat, and she was there with two other friends, and I was about this big, and they manhandled me and took my keys to my car and pushed me into the restroom in the laundromat, and took my clothes off. And of course, me being a virgin, you know, the thing did what it did, but it was very, very disgusting. And you know, and she ended up having sex with me. And me being a man, I couldn't use force. I did a lot of pushing and stuff, but I just finally just let it happen just to get it over with. And so it became a horrible thing. And I kept that secret to myself. And when I finally felt the courage to talk about it, I was looked upon as, yeah, man, that's great. 3 girls, like it was a whole different but yeah, that
bless your heart. I love that you share that. And what's crazy is that you never talked to her since.
No.
Yeah, I've been molested as well. And man, hearing your heart and hearing the story, it's the same, like it's a spiritual attack on your life and on your purpose and your identity, going back to identity. And the fact that you had the courage to walk away and say no more. You are like a warrior. Like, here we go. Identity warrior. And so we're switching gears a little bit, and we're going to get into developing and building your brand, which you have done such an incredible job on. And it all started when you were working at the Galleria Mall in Houston, my town. Hey. That's where you met Tina Knowles. You never know who you're going to meet. You always have to be kind. And so I love that. And she told you that she was going to get you out of the mall one day, and she did. And one day you just gave her a call. Tell us about that day, because you weren't feeling too good about yourself, but you had courage and you took a chance.
Yeah, I was dating someone at the time that ended up being a drug addict. And the drug dealer had our car. My account was down to nothing. He had cleaned out my account, and it was pretty much down to nothing. And I was walking to work, which was a little ways, and I would ride a bicycle to work sometimes. I had a day off, and I needed that day off because I was working a lot during this time. But I called Miss Tina. Something just said call her, and I called her, and I was like, Miss Tina, how you doing? I'm just saying if you need any help today. And she was like, yes, baby, I need help. She was like,
okay,
meet me here. And I met her at Jaime's, who was the person who brought her sketches to life that she worked with. And the rest is history. I immediately started working on the Survivor video and the Grammys.
Man, straight like that.
Straight like
so
that.
Cool, Ty. Super cool. So tell us, Ty, what was that experience like working with Tina and Destiny's Child?
It's the best thing that ever happened to me. I learned so much. Miss Tina was so nurturing, and being that my mom was in Austin, Texas, which was 4 hours away from Houston, with my driving sometimes 2.5. But
yeah,
it was the best thing that ever happened to me, for her to just, give me the opportunity and believe in me. And it was a day in the life of Destiny's Child, and all the girls came in one by one. I had never met Beyonce, but Solange was a little girl. Kelly, I knew her, Michelle. And so everybody came in, and they were like, Ty. So she saw that I wasn't starstruck, and she's like, I'm gonna get you out of here one day. And that's kind of how everything happened.
Tell us something about Beyonce that you can share, because I already know. That you can share, that we would just continue to be in awe when it comes to her, because we all know her work ethic. There's so much about her as from the business perspective that people admire, but we hear about her kindness. What are some things about working with her, maybe that you've learned and that you can share with us?
I mean, she is the blueprint. She inspires me. I'm just really being honest. A lot of people think that we're just country people from Texas, and she's sweet. She's an artist. Like I don't know, a lot of people don't know that.
We hear that a lot.
That's interesting. I had no idea that she was an artist, so that's definitely something.
Thank you. That's good.
You that I've learned. And you, Ty, have learned to work under pressure. So what are some of the tips that you could give to the entrepreneurs that are wanting to grow?
Just say, believe in your craft and breathe. I know it's breathing. It's very, very important. I've learned, like, in the past, just being able to work under pressure, just simply by breathing, and just know that the show has to go on and it will go on. Just breathe, come up with a solution, and make it happen. So simply just step back, breathe, give a moment, take your time, because you can't do nothing like this and nervous and frantic. So just learn how to breathe and take your time, and it's going to work out.
Ty, so good. We have kept you for so long, but I think you're going to stick with us after the break. We need 5 or 10 more minutes, because
I can't tell Texas no.
Texas, Austin, Texas, stand up. We got a hometown hero in the building, and I'm excited because we have this thing called the E-Spot, Ty. It's our entertainment section of the show, and Camille Cower always brings the power. So you stay tuned. We'll be right back.
What's up? It's your girl Tisha Campbell. You will see me soon on the J Team with Miss JoJo Siwa playing a villain. And you are watching the Connect Network TV.
Instagram at I'm Ananda Lewis or on my new app, Elixir, available in all app stores right now. And you're watching the Connect Network TV.
Welcome back, Texas, right here on the CW. You are watching the Connect Network TV, and I'm so excited to have Ty on. We are talking all about his new book, Makeover from Within. It is something that we can all use, so I promise you want to get your hands on this book. And Ty, before you go, and before we get into hot topics, because we told you we have Camille Cower coming up with the e-spot, but you had an encounter with President Obama. And it was a power statement made to you, but it really got you thinking. And when you get the book, you're going to hear about another power statement that really made a shift in Ty's life. But, President Obama, when you met after several encounters, but whatever he said, you are Beyonce's stylist. Where do you go from there? Okay. And that literally just about stopped you in your tracks. So talk about that, because it wasn't soon after that statement that you made the decision to kind of leave that camp and create your own space.
Yeah, Raquel Smith, who styled with me at the time, they said we could actually take a picture with the president at the 4040 Club. They were having an event there, and just going there, and I've been around him, but this is like the first time we had an interaction. And he said that to both of us, and it just always played in my mind, and after On the Run 1, styling On the Run 1, that was time to do On the Run 2, but they gave us a 3-month break, and I had never really been off like that before. So in those 3 months while everybody else is on vacation, doing selfies at the beach, I started creating. I did a phone case, a clothing line, and just started creating other things. So when it was time for On the Run 2, I knew that if I go on the road again, I wouldn't be able to promote those things that I created. And so it was a really, really hard decision. I didn't announce that I'm leaving. It was just a step away to do other things. And after that, I still worked with her several times. So it's never a disconnect because we're family. That's my sister. So
Yes, beautiful.
And I love that so much. It's literally like we talk about timing this entire show. You stepped away so you could fulfill this other life that you needed to fulfill, to share, to bring to the world. And we know with all the hot topics that are coming up, the e-spot, our girl Camille Cower is bringing the power right now. And we're also going to be talking about all of Ty's takeaways. We just can't wait. Welcome our girl, Camille.
Well, hello, everyone. I am obviously super excited because fashion is my life. And to be able to meet Ty, who has made so many amazing looks. I've just been listening backstage, just in awe. And I know about the yellow pages, Ty's yellow pages. So I know complementary colors. I had to wear purple.
Purple girl.
Purple gold. But not only that, this happens to be the Sergio Hudson collaboration brand from Target. I guess when it's fancier, right?
Yeah.
But Billy Porter, how amazing, because he had not met you and you were kind of going through a tough time. Can you speak a little bit about that? Your mom was going through stage 4 cancer. I have a friend right now going through stage 4 cancer. So it's, and I'm sure a lot of other people are too, but
it was COVID.
To get those opportunities, sometimes you're like, how do I do it all? And when Billy Porter comes a knocking, you got to go, right? So how did that come about?
He came like an angel. It's so crazy because COVID was happening. I had just broke up. It was a horrible breakup, 6-year relationship. And the very next day, I had flew to Austin that night during the breakup. And I woke up the next day and around noon, I get a FaceTime call that says maybe Billy Porter. And so, and I answer it, and it's Billy Porter, and we end up talking on the phone for 2 hours. And I was already working on a film during the pandemic, Noah's Ark, which is kind of like the Black gay Sex in the City. And so I was already in work mode, and Billy, fashion wise, I was already, because the main character, Noah, is very flamboyant and out there with his fashion. So it just kind of all fell into place. And he was truly a blessing. He came at the right time.
So having worked, I guess, with concerts where you have to come up with all these different looks for the dancers, for the main, to make sure Beyonce is definitely the center at all times. Because that onesie works for Beyonce, but maybe not so much for Billy Porter. That's a lot of tucking. Or even just how do you change your like set kit, and when it goes from working with someone like Beyonce and then working with someone like Billy Porter?
It wasn't so far extreme, because Billy, I can't say it made it. Billy's just fun. He allows me to create and do whatever. And, you know, it's cool to have the male stuff in the showroom and also the female stuff in the showroom. You have more to choose from. He has that, you know, more of a, he don't care what the world has to say. He just goes there with fashion, and that makes it a little bit more fun and less challenging.
So I want to ask you a little bit about designers that are on the rise now. I know we're about to close the show, but who is hot? Who is Ty Hunter checking for new and upcoming designers in the world?
You know, I'm helping the kids a lot of the times that's on social media. I try to, you know, I feed off of energy now. It's easy for me to contact the bigger brands. So I'm like the young up and coming kids. I'm doing a lot of pulls from them and meeting up with them. And if the energy's right, why not? If it's hot, why not?
And Ty, we can't thank you enough.
We just can't wait to get the book, Makeover from Within, Lessons in Hardships, Acceptance, and Self-Discovery. How can people get the book, and how can they keep up with you?
It's everywhere, but you can follow me on social media, Tyrone, on all platforms. It's Tytryone. A lot of people think it's Tyrone, which it could have been, it should have been, but it's Tyrone. And my, you go to my website, Tyrone, www.tyrone.com, and you could get all the information where you could get the book. And you can see all my work.
Good. It's a must read, a wonderful Christmas gift. Okay, Black Friday is not far away. I promise
right
you.
now.
That's it. You got to get it, man. You got to get it. I read through the book, turned Beyonce on, honey, went in the closet. Like, it's gonna it's gonna make your life better. So if you want to make over from within, honey, okay. Here's a start. Y'all, we appreciate you being with us today. Such a great show. Make sure you follow NECA. Oh yeah, honey stayed on the show, baby, backstage. And make sure you guys give her a follow. Follow Ty, follow our host, Camille. You always bring the power with the E-Spot. You at home, if you have something amazing, you're ready to get on TV, level up, do it with us right here on the CW Network.
And you can also keep up with past episodes at theconnectonline.com. And we'll see you next Saturday.